Hello awesome people, what is going on? It is BradPhusion here and welcome back to more Skyrim Legacy. So in today's video I'll be focusing mostly on going down towards Riverwood and Helgen to initiate the main quest of the game, just so I can slay the dragon and then hopefully acquire myself a house in Whiterun. Now, at the end of the last episode, I actually stopped off at Whiterun, outside of Whiterun, and I was intending on going inside of it to find the book needed to actually guide me towards these treasures that we would be finding. Now, I did end up recording that part of the footage, and you guys will be seeing that on the screen right now. However, a few things caused me to stop recording and basically delay the episode until now, obviously. So on the screen right now you'll see me going through the town, basically looking around trying to find where exactly this book is, and I ended up finding it at Dragon's Reach in the back room of the mage's little section of the castle there. Now, I've studied the book a little bit to kind of understand where exactly it's asking me to go, and since I'm talking about the book, let's actually look at it briefly so you guys can understand exactly what I'm talking about here. So, the first lost legend in the book here talks about a pale lady, a ghostly woman who wanders the northern marshes above Morthal. Now, I'm pretty sure I know exactly where that is, and I'll show you guys that on the map right now. Actually, if I close out of the book here and go straight to the map. Now, I've also installed a mod that has removed all the map markers in the actual game, so they only show up when I've actually explored them, instead of showing up automatically whenever I acquire a quest or such that actually reference an area. I kind of dislike that about Skyrim because it kind of made the game a little bit too easy. For example, whenever I would pick up a book that starts a quest, it would tell me where exactly that quest is. Before looking at the map, I've disabled the map markers, so I have no idea where exactly it is, though I have a general idea. It did say it was up at Morthal in the Northern Marshes. Now, if I was to guess, this area up here is the Northern Marshes. Where in this area, I have no exact idea, but I will be heading up there shortly. Now, if I remember correctly, the northern side of Skyrim, obviously, being the northern side, is rather cold and snowy, so hopefully on our journey down towards Helgen and back, we'll acquire some warmer clothing so we can actually withstand that colder climate a little bit better. Anyways, resuming our walking journey. So, yeah, everything has turned out rather nicely so far. I didn't end up finding a woodcutter's axe when I was in Whiterun. No one actually seemed to sell the thing, so moving on, I'll just have to put up with my worn out item, and my character is feeling hungry. Now, I'll probably fast forward until we get to Whiterun just to save a little bit of time here, but let's eat some grilled chicken breast, shall we? And maybe a red apple to follow that down. There we go. Well sated. Now, I think I might be going to use the fast traveling system from Whiterun to Morthal, given the fact that I actually have the money necessary to make the journey. Now, I've also installed a few other mods that I want to talk about momentarily before going into the fast forwarding segment. The first one being a hunting mod of sorts. Basically, the creatures that I kill, their pelts are worth basically a little bit more than what they're worth in the vanilla game. Just to basically but to reference or mirror just how much that creature is actually worth to kill. For example, a mammoth's pelt would be worth a considerable amount of money, as where lowly creatures like rabbits and so on and so forth won't be exactly worth too much. It also allows the proper amount of items to be spawned on a creature's body. For example, iron ore vein? Anyway,
You wear the armor of a brigand. Best not cause any trouble on my watch.
Thank you, guard. As I was saying, basically, for example, if I was to kill a saber-toothed tiger, in most cases in vanilla game, you would only acquire maybe an eye or a tooth, which is rather strange considering a saber-toothed tiger, in most cases, would have 2 teeth, at least 2 big teeth, and 2 eyes. So this mod basically means that you get what you should be getting from a creature. Obviously, there are the chances that you might fail at retrieving certain items, therefore you won't actually retrieve them, but in most cases, you will retrieve what you should be retrieving from a body. And again, the value of the pelts and the items you can actually acquire from a creature is actually increased as well. Anyways, now that I've basically explained that part, I'm going to fast forward again till we get to Riverwood. Okay, welcome to Riverwood. Now, hopefully, at least in some place here, we should be able to acquire maybe a woodcutter's axe. I know it's like, not exactly necessary, but I'm hoping I will find one somewhere here. This place looks really amazing with all the mods and everything installed. Like, just the extra foliage and whatnot makes it look really nice. But anyway, I'm going to, I think up here I might have a higher chance of actually finding one, maybe from the people here. I know that is the still ingots I can collect, maybe once I actually talk to the guy. Let's just talk to the guy briefly here, see if he says anything else about, I was going to use the forge and whatnot, and there we go, he basically just talks about stuff. I'm thinking that I have to actually, yeah, I think I have to go see the dragon and everything before I can actually grab anything from them. Anyway, it shouldn't be the biggest of issues. I just wanted to stop off here and let you guys know that this place is absolutely beautiful before heading out to Helgen. I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so we are almost about to arrive at Helgen right now. Now, I'm not entirely too sure what will happen, considering when you start the vanilla game, normally the dragon is just about to attack, so I'm not too sure if that's going to happen right now. I'm, again, unsure about how the game will actually handle the whole me starting somewhere else scenario. Interesting running with the bandit there. We actually had a kind of momentary standoff, which I actually thought was pretty damn cool. But, no, maybe it is already ruined. No, they're old ruins, at least if I remember correctly. Let's sprint there, so we don't really have to worry about taking our nice little time there. I've also taken liberty to turn off a few other HUD elements, such as the weather sense and whatnot. Basically, whether or not my character is feeling cold or hot. I still have the text pop-ups, but I don't have the bars that you see at the top left and top right of the screen. I just felt it's a little, not counterintuitive, but I thought I should be able to realize whether or not my character is feeling cold or not in such environments. But anyway, here's Helgen here. It looks perfectly fine, actually. Maybe it hasn't been attacked yet. But here I am speaking out of character, obviously. Anyway. Yeah, no, look, the lights and everything are on, so it should be fine. Let's go and meet the people of Helgen. Find out what destroyed Helgen. Well, okay then. Holy fuck! Maybe a teleporting dragon? Is it coming back for me? No. Oh, thank God. Okay, I admit that scared the crap out of me. Oh, wow. And there's people on stakes. Wait, there's someone actually inside here.
You're as good as dead.
Oh, other people. Okay, okay. One's dead. Second one dead. Oh, thank God. That was scary. I heard a voice. I wasn't too sure whether or not that was actually someone friendly that had survived or whatnot. Anyway, we'll collect what we can from here. This isn't really necessary, but it can sell for a bit. Iron arrow and that. Not iron arrow. Well, I guess iron arrow, yeah. And you actually have a backpack with brown fur. That is tempting, though I already think I have one. I have black fur, actually, so... No, not really... I guess brown fur looks nicer in some ways. We'll take it anyway, because again, it's worthwhile selling. But he doesn't have anything else worthwhile on him. Oh well, no biggie. I guess everyone else... Oh, the Aurora's now here. Is it called the Aurora? I can't remember. We don't actually have them here in Australia. But, it's so pretty. Okay, so yeah, we will now be heading back towards Whiterun, actually, because that's where we need to actually head. But I will obviously stop off at Riverwood and hopefully communicate with people and see whether or not they can actually give me a few supplies and so on and so forth before actually moving on. Because I'm pretty sure you can get a fair amount of decent supplies for being a victim of a dragon attack. That is amazingly beautiful. I'm glad we walked out here today. Things like, seems like everything's just working in our favor, which is just beautiful. Anyway, now my character is feeling a little hungry and whatnot. What is the time exactly? It's 8 PM. Not exactly bedtime. We'll walk a little bit further, hopefully get towards Riverwood before resting for the night. I think we can set up camp just outside the town, and everything should be rather fine. Hey, little bunny wabbit. Let's have a brief snack here before we move on. We'll have some nice cooked beef. Red apple to follow that down, and a water skin. Because I believe they actually make me feel well hydrated. At least in most cases, anyways. And there we go. Okay, everything is fine, we're just feeling a little tired. I heard a voice. Okay, I'm not going to assume anything. You seem fine. Okay. Hello.
Guess it's all clear now.
Yes, it is all clear. Hello.
You don't look so good. Are you feeling all right?
Actually, speaking of... Actually, hang on. Let's, You really don't say... See, this is what I'm talking about. The increased rarity, or not rarity, increased value of, items, basically. You really have not much on you at all, so I'm not really going to worthwhile trade. On my way towards here, though, however, just before, I actually got attacked by a wolf, and I... what was it called? Rock joint, I think I acquired. It's a disease of sorts, but I'm hoping that the lady at Whiterun can cure me. I don't think the Riverwood people actually have a... what are the people that deals with potions and whatnot? I don't actually think Riverwood actually have any people like that. Anyway, let's make our way downtown, walking fast until we get there. That's gorgeous. Okay, here we are back at Riverwood. Now, I did say I was going to sleep for the night here. I was thinking of sleeping outside here somewhere. there doesn't actually seem to be a fire going, but I think we can set up one ourselves, given the fact that if we actually acquire firewood, even though I don't necessarily think it's necessary, but it might be worth doing nonetheless. Now we can acquire wood, I believe, from over here, and this is something that we actually haven't done yet in the game, so I think it would be rather nice to do ourselves. We can use this over here, use wood chopping block, and hopefully acquire some decent firewood before we lay down and rest. And this, I guess, will let you guys see some of the newer mechanics that we have access to through mods and such. Now I believe we need, I think, around about maybe 6 or 7 firewood on us. Maybe that's a little bit over the top, but I'd much rather have extra than to have a lacking of resources. But anyway, you can do cutting wood either this way, or sorry, the acquiring of wood this way, or by using your survival senses. Now, survival senses aren't exactly the worst thing in the world, as it basically is a shout, and it automatically passes time for you, whilst automatically gaining resources for you. So it's a win-win situation in a sense, if you want to be rather lazy about it. Now, obviously, I'm not one for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let's put down my tent nonetheless. I think we need to do that. So we press drop, pitch tent. Now, obviously, I can hire a place to rest for the night, but I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be a survivor of sorts and sleep outside. And that doesn't exactly look like too bad of a placement once it actually gets set up and everything. Rather nice. And then we'll put our fire just around about here or so. So if we go to our, well, at least if I favorited it, it would be there. But if we go to here, we should have survival skills, which is already assigned. So if we press that, we can now go build campfire. And we can build a campfire where we so desire. Now, if it's yellow, that means it affects us when we're actually sleeping, therefore keeping us nice and warm. So let's build campfire right here. And let's get set up for the night. So activate campfire. You need 6 firewood. We have exactly 6 firewood. Oh, that is beautiful. See, that is what I love about this game. It just, the mods make everything so much better. Now I can either destroy the campfire or basically rest for the night. And since it is rather late, I believe, yes it is, we can actually go to sleep. And I think that'll have to end today's episode here. Next episode we should be... There's a whole bunch of chickens stalking me. In the next episode, we'll head towards Whiterun, hopefully hand in the dragon news, basically, to the Jarl. And then, I think we should basically be hunting a dragon then. And then after that, we should be able to hopefully acquire a house, given the fact that we actually have enough money at that point. I guess the question before I end today's episode is whether or not I should be fast forwarding more often or more less. I don't know whether you guys want to basically skip the traveling or whatnot. I'll basically go with what the majority says, and if you guys want me to skip it or not, whatnot, I'll let you guys decide. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stay awesome, everyone.